You're going to do just fine. Yeah, there you go.
You see the position, right?
It'll work today.
I'm going to rock and roll.
Okay, I need a mic, I need a phone to record.
That's it.
Okay, we can record. All right. Okay, Mayor, go ahead.
This meeting is now called to order. Roll call, please. First of all, I need a motion for Trustee Karen Lewis to act as clerk tonight, unfortunately.
Second.
Moved by Thompson, second by McFadden. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Roll call, please. Trustee Lewis.
Trustee Karen goes Janelle McFadden. Trustee McFadden. Both sides. Trustee Fulcher.
Here.
Trustee Thompson.
Here.
Trustee Williams.
Here.
Trustee Brooks.
Present.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
To approve the minutes.
Mayor, I have a couple corrections.
Trustee Thompson, go ahead with your corrections.
Okay, so the minutes dated February,
No. But we got to get a motion in a second first. There's a motion to approve the minutes. Is there a motion?
So moved.
can we move before?
And a second?
Right.
All right. Now question.
Yeah.
Now question.
Is it correction?
Correction.
It's the same,
Okay.
it's the same, yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. So on February 13th minutes, page 3, the last paragraph says that I stated Patrick Joyce had agreed to donate funds. He said funds are available. He didn't say he was going to give us funds.
He
So
said
that,
funds are available and not that he will donate funds.
correct.
Okay. You got another?
That's it.
Are available, what else, Jewel?
Funds are available for veterans' activities
Okay. And that be the only other correction
that I can see.
that you got?
I
You got
have
another? Go ahead.
Were you done, Trustee?
You done?
I'm done.
Anybody else?
On, let's see,
All right. Okay, 1 second.
hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
I got Manager Liz next after you.
On March 26, under general public comment for E, it says, Ms. Walker also stated that she has requested a meeting with the village manager and a meeting with Trustee Fulcher to no avail. She did not request a meeting with Trustee Fulcher, so that should be taken out.
Say that one more time.
So just exclude meeting with Trustee Fulcher. Also, ready?
Yeah.
March 26, under the consent agenda, it states that for F2A, resolution approving the authorization purchase of the street sweeper for standard equipment, there was a motion, but that was also motion as well. So it should be two things motion, F2A, F2C.
And this is what the sweep we get, right?
Right, it was two things motion, so F2A and F2C was motioned to be moved for discussion, to be tabled. And then when it came down to the vote, Trustee Fulcher did not vote aye, and Trustee Jewel, I believe she didn't vote aye either. Right, Trustee? So as stated with the consent agenda that both we approve for it to be moved forward, and then also for it to be voted on. And it says the vote was aye, and I did not vote. Aye. I voted no.
Can you send me that?
I didn't write it up.
Just send it in a moment.
So
In a memo or
just
something.
remember that. So
Which one is
just
it?
change my vote to no.
I did.
And that it was moved to the motion to be,
Which one was it that I?
that was on, that was for March 26th for the minutes of regular board meeting.
What's the number?
F2A and F2C.
Right.
Oh, correct.
So both of them were supposed to be tabled, and then for the vote, my vote was supposed to be no.
It was nay, right? It was nay, right? Okay.
Your vote was?
No, no as well.
So that'll be it for those changes.
Okay. Trustee Williams.
Okay, this print is really fine, so I may not be able to find it, but it was a mention of what I was saying regarding the youth organizations when I was speaking just to the baseball organization. And then it was also mentioned that I said my grandson would not play, but I said there might be a possibility. So I would like that to be corrected. Thank you.
Scott.
On February 13th for discussion of the purchase of the UV golf equipment, I said that Matt is here as a temporary consultant for 6 more weeks. I did not say 6, I said a few. The other thing is that...
Slow down, slow down. Slow down.
Equipment, that's 51C.
51Cs.
And also the terms of Bank 6.8.
Do the first one again, 51C golf course equipment.
Yes, it says 6 more weeks, it's a few more weeks. The other thing, on March 26th, general public comment.
A lot of corrections.
Completely omitted that Robin Walker made the comment about me writing up Trustee Fulcher. There's nothing on there about that.
That was February.
March 26th. That's been completely omitted, that whole conversation. But she wanted me to give a written warning, and I told her no.
Any more corrections?
Okay, so now I'd like to have a motion to accept the minutes as amended.
So moved.
Moved by Trustee Thompson, second by Fulcher. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mayor, they should all send in emails.
And please send those all in emails.
Somebody, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
Please send all your corrections.
just so it's clear.
just so it's clear and concise.
Trustee Lewis, votes aye. Trustee McFadden,
Votes aye.
Trustee Fulcher,
Vote aye.
Trustee
Thompson, votes aye.
Thompson. Trustee Williams.
Votes aye.
Trustee Brooks.
Votes aye.
Mayor Rudis.
Votes aye, Madam Clerk.
You don't have a resolution.
Okay.
Did you send?
We'll just use today's date and year.
Okay.
Okay, general public comments. Bridget Simmons Franklin. Good evening.
My apologies. Good evening, Mayor and the board. I just wanted to come up here and give you some good updates about some of the youth that's in our community. The Lions spring football concluded this past Saturday with over 75 youth participating throughout the season. We want to thank Chief Mitchell, Ms. Scott, and Ms. Robinson for their assistance throughout our small season. Thank you all so much for your support and your help. The Lions alumni and current NFL player Laquan Treadwell hosted a football camp on May 18th for the youth in the community. There was a great turnout, and we appreciated Laquan and his entire team for their hard work. We thank Faith Movers Church for partnering with the University Park Lions for their youth field day that was on May 19th. We appreciate them for including our youth for their activities that they had at their church. We want to thank Mr. Eamon Nickerson's family and the Nickerson Legacy Family Foundation for awarding 10 University Park graduating seniors with a $3,000 scholarship. Eamon and his siblings grew up in University Park, and they are still active in our community. Congratulations to some of our University Park student athletes that competed in the Illinois State Track and Field competition. Darren Couch placed 7th and 8th in his hurdle events at the high school division, and my daughter Jada Franklin placed 2nd, 3rd, and 8th in her events at the middle school division. Other University Park student athletes competed, and they also placed in some of their relays. The Illinois Flames Summer Track Club started practice today, and they will be practicing daily at the high school at 6 p.m. And then congratulations to the class of 2024. The 8th graders graduate on May 30th, and the seniors graduate on May 5th at the Tinley Park Convention Center. And then lastly, I want to end with a response from your May 14th meeting to Ms. Boyd. Ms. Boyd, she's the one that made sure that then Trustee Donzel Franklin's name was removed from the ballot at the time. On May 14th, she stood right here and she was complaining to the trustees that there was nothing for the youth to do here in the community. Donzel's whole purpose on being on the board was to be a voice for the youth and to ensure resources were being utilized that would the youth in this community would be able to benefit from. And so now she's mad and she's yelling at you all because you all are not doing things for the youth when she was the one who made sure that his name was not on the ballot. I don't think it's fair that she stood here and she, in her words, she called you all retirees. I'm just going to use her words. I don't think it's fair that she expects retirees to put on a summer camp t-shirt and take 100 kids to the zoo. That just wasn't fair, but she was the one who made sure, she was the mastermind behind making sure that Donzel was not on the ballot. And I just wanted to let everyone know that that's not that wasn't y'all's platform when you all ran. And then she also asked about a park district. I'm not sure why she mentioned that in her comments as well, but she was also one of those ones that made sure that people did not vote for the park district during that time. And so I just want to remind her and other people that she got what she wanted. She got what she wanted, but yes, she stood up here and she started criticizing all of you all that's up there about the youth, but the people that were here working for the youth, she made sure that they're no longer up there. So I just wanted to make sure that that was clear. And thank you.
Correction. Ms. Franklin, can you pass that over to me so I can have that?
I was just gonna, I'll be real quick, Mayor, is that okay? to say, she just made an error. The senior graduation. Oh, I'm sorry.
Good evening, Board, Mayor, village officials, residents, and friends of University Park. My name is Ken Surma. I am the Assistant Superintendent for Business and Operations with the Crete-Mooney School District. I'm here tonight because on your agenda is an ordinance to dissolve what's commonly known as TIF District 5. I bring the support of the Board of Education and our administrators to the passage of that. I do want to thank your legal counsel, John Murphy, for working with us on developing this ordinance and putting it on the agenda tonight along with Ms. Scott. So thank you very much. I again look forward to its passage. Our goal on this, as I have said before and have been before you before, is to sell bonds so that we can construct new athletic facilities at our high school that will include a multi-purpose stadium, new baseball and softball fields, pickleball courts, tennis courts. We'll also have included some additional classrooms at our middle school, which is in University Park, and also some other projects that we're going to be doing, capital projects to our buildings. So I thank you again for your support. I look forward to its passage. Thank you. No, I did that off the top of my head. I'm sorry. I can send something over. I sure can. That's not a problem. Okay, I'll do that. I'll take care of that. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm here because 2 weeks ago, I watched the board meeting. I was very disappointed. I was disappointed because people that I respect and trust, I saw a lot of disrespect on this board. I was not pleased. I saw a lot of women disrespected. It wasn't just one, but it was a lot of women in the room that were disrespected by somebody that I respect, who ran on respect of women and the respect of your grandmother. So I just want to make sure that you all are aware that everybody's watching, including children, little girls and little boys who are looking at you. They repeat it when they go to the high schools. They repeat it in the streets. I just want us to have the same thing that you guys ran on. I want that to be across the board. Thank you.
Good evening, Mayor and Board of Trustees. I'm Lolita Perkins. For all of you that know and don't know, Trustee Gina Williams is my mom. There was an incident that took place with her 2 weeks ago regarding another trustee. I'm not going to take up a lot of y'all time, but I just want to be crystal clear that this will be the first and the last time that I come up here to address anyone that will disrespect my mom.
Guaranteed.
Okay. All right. It's no room for that. You all have taken this platform and turned it into the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Y'all need to grow up and stop acting like brats. You took an oath to do a job. Do it. Stop consuming yourself with what my mother is doing or who she associates herself with. That is her business. So mind the business that pays you and that of my mom. Thank you very much.
Good evening, Mayor, Board, those present, those viewing. I just wanted to definitely say a thank you and give kudos to every Crete-Mooney graduate this year. If they are 17 and have their birthday before November 5th, I would love to register them to vote. If they are 18, I still would love to register them to vote. With Manager Scott's permission, I do have my voter registration card. I would love to have it put on the website if possible, with your blessing. Anybody, anywhere in the state of Illinois, I can register them to vote. This is something that this community needs, like any other communities need. And Chief Mitchell, I am so sorry I missed Cop on the Top. Last year, having been on a rollator, I didn't dare chance it, but this year, God willing, I'll wait till next year and I'll climb up on that roof and chat with the chief. Missed that one, it was my son's birthday, but I'm gonna make up all those missed times. In the meanwhile, I suggest to every resident of this community, any endeavor, any event that this community has attended. It's not just limited for us as residents, but why don't we attend it? And I've heard some of the comments, which I do agree with, as far as respect. Respect is entitled to any and everybody that walks in that door. And also, Trustee Thompson, sorry I missed Saturday. I heard it was a nice event. But I guess I'm finding out I just can't be everywhere all the time. I only had 6 graduations and proms this year. But anyway, I try to make what I can. So you'll be seeing me attending the various events going on. But by the same token, again, please have any 17 and 18-year-old, feel free to contact me. I will go anywhere to register them to vote. Thank you so much for allowing me to speak at tonight's meeting.
Good evening, Mayor and Trustees. Report for the Veterans Committee. Saturday went off with a success. We picked up a few more sponsors. We now have the Buffalo Soldiers involved in our programs from this point on. I'd like to give some congratulations and thumbs up to all my trustees who stepped up when you was down and sick. Liz for helping me finance this stuff and making sure I stay within the budget. Neva helped me with all my IT, and Chris, his guys did an outstanding job considering what we had to work with that equipment. So thanks everybody for making that a success. 2 things that the Veteran Committee is up and running on. We're getting ready to start 2 programs. One is a young men program. It's more like a mentorship. I got people lined up, entrepreneurs, people to help them start their credit where they don't need mommy and daddy for them. So by the time they get out of high school, they can have that. We're going to have leadership programs for them. I got with Tracy at the library, so we have the computers in the rooms to do it in. So I need you, if you're listening, if you got young men that needs that mentorship, when we post that, make sure you have them there. And we also is doing what we call the Bridge the Gap program. The Veteran Committee is getting very active in bridging the gap between the community and the village. It's a big program that we got because listening to everything that's going on, the community don't trust the village, and the village don't understand what the people need out here. So we plan on bridging that gap, squashing all of that stuff and start from the beginning. It's got to start somewhere. So the Veteran Committee will be responsible for bridging that gap so we can see. So any events the community have, the Veteran Committee will be very active in it. So I need you, if you have with the youths and all of that stuff, please contact us, and we're going to try our best to help you out as best as possible. In return, what we ask is when we have these events for the Veteran Committee in the village, that you come out and support that also. We can't keep having, I'm not going there and I'm not going there. We have to put it together, because at the end of the day, these kids is the one that's going to suffer. Because if we don't get this stuff in this community now, they're going to go to other places and get in trouble.
So that's what we're getting ready to start up. So more information to follow on the website, on the veteran website. Thank you. Oh, also, before I go, I will be electing my members in accordance with Chapter 283 and Section 283-1 with the membership appointment. So I will be reaching out, getting my committee started this week. Thank you.
Good evening to the board. Good morning to the board. My name is Mary Truss, and I spent the morning helping Crete Mooney Middle School give awards to the students there. And I want to tell you, I gave out of fingers and how many awards they got for math. Math was the top subject of the day. But the Community Block Club is where I'm from, and we've got this award that we have created. It's called the Phoenix Award. And the Phoenix Award is for the student not at the very top, but the student who was maybe at the bottom, well, I won't say at the bottom, well, was not getting all A's and B's, but have raised themselves up. And we've given 2 this year. We've given 1 to the high school, and today I had the opportunity to award the 1 at the middle school. And I want to tell you, it was a delight. It's a monetary award, and it's given to the students in advance so that they can appreciate the hard work. And we get the students from the school and the counselors, and they know these children and what they have undertaken and what they have done. Now, we also give awards for the A students and the ones at the very top. But these were the ones who have pulled themselves up, and that's why it's called the Phoenix Award. And the Community Block Club will be awarding these awards every year.
Thank you, Mayor and board members. I wanted to address who does the yard work when the house is empty on your block? Who does that? Because 620 is empty, but the code inspector keeps coming back, putting tickets on the garage door, but no one's lived there. And I told him that over and over. And the grass is so tall that the neighbors cut it down so far that they can get it. But it's horrible. I just need someone to come out and cut the grass. 620 Gordon Terrace. Okay, great, thank you. And also, I just want to address, I was here also last meeting, and I didn't see this attack or this, everything everybody is addressing, but I did see a conversation that was going on between 2 people, and I didn't see this attack that everyone is that's going around saying that it happened. And I was sitting here, and I don't think Gina Williams, I'm calling you because you know me. I would not sit here and let no one attack or anything to a woman. You know that's me, and I'm just saying it personally to me and you. I would not let that happen, and you know that from me. I would not let that happen, and so therefore I didn't see this. I was sitting here, I didn't see, I heard words between you and someone else, and I still looked at the camera and did not see it. I just wanted you to know that, okay? Okay, thanks. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Could I?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, first I want to say I appreciate everyone that came out in support and the numerous calls and texts that I received starting at 6:30 in the morning the very next day. I did nothing to warrant that I call it an attack, because anytime a grown man stands over a woman and begins to curse and point their finger, what else am I supposed to call it? It wasn't anything pleasant. It was disrespectful, and it was something I never thought between me and Trustee Brooks would ever happen. I've always respected him. I've been kind to him. We worked together. I ran with him, not from him. I ran to him with ideas and strategies. And for me to be belittled and say, I don't know, I won't even say the word, I know quite a bit, because I'm the one who got the Aqua Relief Fund started, which gave $150,000 to our residents. And people don't know, after that fund was exhausted, it was 50 people in this village that was subject to have their water cut off. I got on the phone with Will County, spoke to Miss Robinson, who worked overtime to make sure those people's water was not cut off. And I pretty much do this on a regular basis. So I'm constantly working. And before I got the title trustee or a check, I was on the battlefield at that podium just about at every single meeting, fighting for this village, bringing awareness, and keeping us informed. So I don't need anybody to ever say, oh, I'm a two-time this, that. Okay, I've been doing the job all along. I respect him. I'm going to still even work with him. I'm going to be bigger and say, I forgive you. Because I didn't feel that that was ever warranted, and I hope that it never happens again. And I'm sorry if you didn't see the whole thing, and I know a lot of people didn't see it on the video, but it took place, and people right here witnessed it, and people I didn't even know were calling. So I just want to say that, and I hope that we can work together and we can have decorum, and then that doesn't happen again. I'm a woman of faith. People know I don't curse, I don't use profanity. I'm a very respectable individual. So I hope we can all get along.
Ma'am, may I be recognized? So, I was going to wait until trustee report to say something. But what I'm not going to allow happen is that in this atmosphere of political games, people always jump out ahead. And then tonight, actually, I've seen two people come up to the podium that they know good and well that I wouldn't do anything to Gina Williams. But what everybody seen last board meeting, I want you to go back. 5 times I called for a point of order because I had the floor. 5 times. The discussion was about the clerk. And everybody who knows me, when I debate, I stay on that topic. The problem that exists, and I'm gonna tell you, the problem exists, I had been sick. I'll tell you at trustee report why I wasn't here. The problem that came in was that Trustee Williams was one of the people who called me. And Trustee Williams, you were calling me, but you were also told to call Karen Brooks or come to the house. Yes, you were. Yes.
Show me the receipt.
This is why we got into it last time. I have the floor. I have the floor. That means I can be heard. There was no way, and those up here who said they talked to Trustee Brooks, this is the caveat to it. They talked to Trustee Brooks, but they had to talk through Karen Brooks to talk to me. Because, ladies and gentlemen, my illness was so sick, Jewel will tell you, I had to push my mouth up in order to talk. The reason why you see Trustee Brooks in glasses right now is because the devastation of the sickness, one of my eyes do not dilate. Also, that night, the human resource and Trustee Williams were saying things. I couldn't even tell you what they were saying, but I knew they were talking. So Trustee Williams, yes, I said what I said to you. Yes, I said what I said to you because things are being said out there that's not true. Trustee Brooks could not talk. He could not talk. But I would never say anything negative to you. What I did not like was when I felt the boundary was stepping over. When you told me you know everything and you popped that hand down and that camera froze right there. You can know everything you want to, trustee, but I paid my dues too. And I said you didn't know anything, you didn't know squat. That's what I did. Well, you know the curse word. I turned around, got my bag because I was already packed, and I got the hell out of town. I did not stand over you because there's no warrant to it. Let me tell you something, trustee. In this public record, I spent $24,000 for you to sit up here with me. It cost that much. We ran on this platform of corruption being cut out. So whatever you do and whatever you did, first of all, I would not stand over no woman. That's even no competition. And I would not even, after that, as I walked out, I wasn't even talking about you because I had the conversation with the police chief and everybody was sitting there. They'll tell you, he wasn't even talking about you. I was talking about the other individuals who seen my wife, all these other people who seen my wife. Not one of them asked you how Trustee Brooks is doing. But they have so much negativity. One of them had the nerve to walk up to the podium tonight and say, Trustee Brooks is not a leader. Well, I'll be damned. When you was having problems, who's the first person to come to? Trustee Brooks. So it's not right, Trustee Williams, that at the end of the day, you could have called me. Here's a text. Here's a text. If you have something, please just come to me. Now, one time did I distribute a text, Mayor, against a board member up here. You heard me kept saying last week, can we please talk about standing rule? Am I correct? That's all my point is that as long as I'm up here, I'm going to abide by standing rule. And standing rule is we respect each other. But furthermore, you and me have a relationship where we'll talk on the phone till 2 in the morning. Then on the next, your daughter's here. Your daughter know good and well I would never disrespect you. You don't. Your daughter know I wouldn't disrespect you. If you want to talk to me, trustee, talk to me. I don't think the neighborhood, the community need to be brought into this conversation. I said what I said and I walked away. After that, if the public has a problem with me, they have my number. If you have a problem with me, you can call me. This third-party chatter doesn't need to happen. And tonight, you just said what you said. Tonight, it's over. I done been through this, done that. Most police officers, when they can't get along as partners, what do? They split off, they don't talk no more. And I'm not saying that for you. Trustees done came to my house and talked to me and say, hey, is there a problem? I said, absolutely not. She just said something that I felt was over the line. That's it. My tone is not threatening when I'm talking and I had the floor, period. My thing is that that's why we asked for permission from the chair, and he knows, and I talked to him, he knows, and I said, the chair gives permission to talk. We need to stay with Robert Rules of Order. When I yield my time, then it's Trustee Williams' time, bottom line. And I deal with that, and it's over. And with that, Mr. Mayor, like I said, it's over, and I yield my time.
All right, Trustee.
And this will be it. I never said I knew everything. I was talking, I had the floor, I was being interrupted because you were saying, let her, meaning Madam Clerk, defend herself. Right. Before I knew anything else, you were standing and you started pointing saying, you mentioned about you being a two-time trustee and saying, I don't know the S word, which I don't use. That was said to me twice. I even got on him because I said, you sat there, you saw that man disrespecting me. It may not have turned into a fist fight, but it was definitely harmful words being said. And I did not appreciate it. I didn't do anything to bring that about. It wasn't warranted, and I felt attacked at the moment. So I know that he can get real, just like me, we're very passionate about what we believe in. And sometimes we cut loose. But I would never cut loose and say something derogatory to any of you all up here. That's not my character. Now, we can agree to disagree, which we do a lot. And I've called your home number, your cell number. I left messages. I sent text messages. I sent scriptures. I sent prayers. When you were in the hospital with COVID, I went on a fast for you. You brought it up at every time we had a meet and greet. So I'm just saying that, okay, well, I'm just saying that there's nothing I wouldn't have done, and I didn't deserve.
New business, item F2A. This is a resolution. This is a resolution regarding quick trip sign, which was approved by our planning commission on April 11, 2024. May I have a motion, please?
Mayor, I have a question.
Question, please. Motion, second, then question. Right. May I have a motion, please? Move by the Cranny. There's a second. Second by Trustee Lewis. Questions, Mr. Thompson?
Where would this sign be located? How come we didn't know about it before?
When they ask for a sign variance, it's on their property. So if it doesn't comply with our statute already, they have to go to the planning commission and ask for that variance. They went to the planning commission. The meeting probably lasted 3 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, and it was approved by the planning commission.
So where will it be? Where will the sign be, though?
Where's the sign?
Looking at the drawings, I think it's in the front corner of University Parkway and Central.
So it's going to be on the University Park side, am I correct in saying? 5533 University Parkway.
In our ordinances, we just have set parameters with size and stuff like that, which is not uncommon, but it limits some of the contractors in doing it. So it's not unusual to ask for a variance of a sign of this size.
So before the property was built out, they didn't know they needed a sign?
I believe that was submitted a while ago. The process for it to be submitted and sent to the Planning Commission sometimes takes a little while.
Okay. I'm just concerned, Mayor, because it seems like by the time the stuff gets to the agenda, it's old, and it's not looked at.
This kind of happened maybe a couple of years ago. It's just now getting to the point. This might be relatively new to you, Trustee, because this happened actually a couple of years ago. It's now just actually getting to the point.
I just want to be recognized. I think the question is that when we got the board packet, many of us did not get it until not yesterday. Some of the things came yesterday, but I think some things came on Sunday. So the discussion that keeps coming up is us getting things late. And instead of getting up here and having these questions, this is things that, it's almost to the point we could say, we could have had this at the cow, knock it out the box. Because this was passed on the 3rd, right? On the 3rd, April 11th. So, some of the trustees are wondering, couldn't we have this in the cow so we know they will be on, so we can do a consent, so we can stand up, say amen, and then go home? Like it's supposed to be for a consent agenda.
Customarily, once it's approved in the planning commission, it doesn't go to the cow. We don't need to, if you think about when IBE got your sign variance, all those, it's just a size, so it didn't go to the cow once it's approved.
I mean, right. The point of the cow is that we need to put some of these things on there so we don't have to go for each and every individual. We can get and do the consent, say yay, nay, go home. That was just me sharing conversation that was had this weekend.
Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Trustee Lewis, Votes aye. Trustee McFadden.
Votes aye.
Trustee Fulcher.
Both aye.
Trustee Thompson.
Both aye.
Trustee Williams.
Votes aye.
Mayor Rivera.
Votes aye. So much. All right, one more to go quick, people. Item F2B, this is an ordinance regarding increase in number of liquor licenses for quick trip, liquor license for package and pour. Is there a motion? Moved by Lewis. Second by McFadden.
Question.
Question, Thompson?
So this is for the Quick Trip, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So they're gonna have a bar in there?
They're gonna have a video gaming. Video gaming.
Video game.
So the video gaming is the,
And they're gonna serve liquor?
yes, for all video gaming, you have to have, sell beer and wine. And the package good is something different, just like, Speedway.
Yeah, I get that part.
Okay. Any other questions?
So if you have gaming, you have to have alcohol?
Yes, that's the only way you get gaming.
Okay. Well, that's another one of those. Maybe we could have talked about that ahead of time. Then I wouldn't be, I'd be slowing you down.
That's all right. I'm not slowing it down. It's just information. If you don't know, you just don't know what to talk about it, and let everybody know at the same time. No problem whatsoever. Is there a roll call, please, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Lewis. Votes yes. Trustee McFadden.
Votes aye.
Trustee Fulcher.
Both aye.
Trustee Thompson.
Aye.
Trustee Williams.
Aye.
Trustee Brooks.
Votes aye. And 1 second, my name is Scott.
And I'd like to follow up with you gentlemen tomorrow regarding the ribbon cutting.
All right, hey guys, we look forward. Welcome to University Park. You guys did a phenomenal job out there.
They got the landscaping and the grass down there.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Item F2C, resolution approving consulting agreement for IT services with GTSAC, Guaranteed Technical Services and Consulting, Inc.
So moved. So moved.
Moved by Lewis, second by McFadden. Questions?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Again, we didn't get this until this weekend. I thought we were clear that we would get their contract before then to take a look at it. Ms. Scott?
I did send it to the board. I actually sent that to the clerk on Friday.
Friday. Even on Friday,
Tuesday, 4 days. And I wanted to read over the contract and I wanted to make an amendment.
it is the holiday weekend, right? It is the holiday weekend, right? Am I mistaken? Okay, so this is why I said why we could not get anything like a week out in advance. So that if we did have a comment on it, that this can be, we get to this point, it should not be that we key up the mic just to have these discussions, because I do have some questions and disagreement. Yeah, I guess.
You had requested that?
I did, but I was specific. It was last board meeting, I was specific. I said, could we please get this early so that when it get to this point, if it's something that we can get back to Ms. Scott about in reference to the contract, we can with these people. I just received a notification at 3 o'clock that Durrell is retiring. And I hate to say it, the other rumor was he was fired.
We're not supposed to talk about personnel.
Well, he's retiring. We got to do something. We have to do something at this point. We're not talking about his discipline. We have somebody who served our community that will be leaving. That's like the chief. If he's been here for 20 years and he's leaving, both chiefs or something.
Well, he's not leaving right away.
I know, but I'm just saying this is something I want. This is important at this point.
He's retiring months out from today. Are you aware of that?
2 months?
Yes, 2 months out. So we're not making the announcement today, and he's still working with us. Yes,
He is?
yes, he is.
Email kind of said, I comprehended it different, but
Well, we can have that sidebar conversation, but I just don't feel comfortable discussing employee details in public.
okay, we'll have an executive session after this then.
I also have some questions there, like Trustee Brooks was saying. I'm sorry, Trustee, were you done?
Yes, I yield my time.
Okay. We did ask to be able to read the contract in enough time to kind of ask questions or also get back to the young man that had presented. There is several things that I need clarity on. Since this is more like, it's like a bid, I would like to see additional companies come forward, to have the opportunity to come forward. And also, there's things in there that I'm not for. As for the cancellation, if we decide to cancel, I don't like those terms. The amounts that's in here, I definitely would have liked to know what the yearly cost would be for this service. I see it's a lot of different costs, but it should be some type of estimate that we should be presented to say, this is what it's going to cost for the fiscal year to acquire this contract. So I don't have any of that information, and it's kind of, I wasn't able to.
So it is in there, but it is hourly. It's really hard to determine how often we're going to use this person's service. I'm pretty sure, though, from looking at the years past, over a decade of bills, they have not surpassed $10,000.
Right, but I'm seeing.
And so I say that to say, with benefits of almost $20,000 and a six-figure salary, I'm sure we're not going to come to that. The other concern is that these people have been with us for a decade, so now you want to go out and contract other people. And I understand, but every single decision does not require 3 bids. But if you want me to go out for 2 other bids, I can. But this person, they've already been here, they've been here for a decade, they actually installed the system. Daniel, you may want to come up and if you want to add anything, but they did actually build out the system that is in the Village Hall right now. They built that out. So they're also working with our police department, they've been in our various departments. So I just kind of feel like they've done a really good job of fixing things, and I think that, you know, they're great. So
They might have done a great job, which is great.
we're starting over. They're already in our system. We'd have to set something up for a whole nother company, but I can go out for another bid.
The question is not just going out for another bid. First of all, this company is the reputation of it being here was all unaware of for 10 years. So then we just have at the last board meeting stating that you are just coming to aware of this company actually working for the village. And now we're going to say we're going to go exclusively with this company. Like I said, the terms of the cancellation I have problems with. And also there's a management service fee where we're charging, what's that, $3,500 per month? So $3,500 per month, you're saying they didn't charge more than $10,000. That's $10,000 plus is it $3,500 per month? So if I had the opportunity to ask these different questions during the CAL meeting, I would have had some clarity, but we didn't have the contract. And that's where it becomes back and forth, where when we don't have the information, I cannot ask those questions. Don't expect me to come to a board meeting to vote on something where we don't get the information, where I can't ask these questions to the representative during the time where we should. Now is the time to say, let's vote on it, but I have questions. I say that we should do this. I'm thinking this. So I can't go back and forth with that because that's not the place. This is not the meeting for that. So that's my concern, that I would like to motion to table this item.
So what we, Trustee, so what we have on the floor, we have a motion and a second, and there's
Was it second? It wasn't second.
Yeah, it was a motion and a second.
Oh, you're talking about the other one, okay.
There was a motion and a second, there was a question and answer. So what is the pleasure of the board? You guys want to take the vote and just move forward here and see what's going on?
Mr. Mayor?
I just said I want a motion to table.
Right.
We got to get a second.
Okay. I'll second.
Okay, so there's a motion on the floor made by Trustee Poacher.
We go to 2027.
Poacher, Trustee Thompson.
Yeah, go to 2027.
This roll call is to table. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Trustee Lewis, Both sides of the table. Trustee McFadden.
Trustee McFadden votes no to table it.
Trustee Fulcher.
Votes aye.
Yes.
Both sides.
Votes aye.
Motion on the table. That is table. All right, we move on to the next item. Item F. Madam Scott, you guys move this, whatever you do. If you guys have questions regarding this, let's get this, because it's, our IT is very important. We don't want to have any gaps or gaps. All right?
Yeah.
Item F2G, an ordinance dissolving the government business park tax estimated financing district, otherwise known as TIF 5. Is there a motion?
I'll go ahead and do it.
I'll second.
Motion by Brooks, second by Thompson. Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Trustee Lewis votes aye. Trustee Janelle McFadden.
Votes aye.
Trustee Donna Fulcher.
Votes aye.
Votes aye.
Votes aye.
Votes aye.
Votes aye. Let's make progress, people. Let's make progress. Absolutely. All right. Thank you so much. Congratulations, 201U School District, Concerma. We look forward to continuing working together as we make ourselves a better community. Great. You're quite welcome. You're quite welcome. All right, it's always good to have something positive to look forward to. Item F2E, which is a resolution approving and authorizing the Village of University Park proposal for design engineering services Blackhawk Drive resurfacing. Street, motion by Trustee McFadden. Is there a second? Second by Lewis.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, sir.
Question. For Blackhawk, I know we did Amherst, we did Abbott. The engineering on this. This is actually probably right when you got in as trustee in 2000. I don't know if you remember, we had a white village manager by the name of, what's his name?
Mike Gruberman.
That might have been, they were having.
Dave Litton?
Dave Litton. So it was Litton. Remember the young man that I know the engineering is such an issue over there, and I guess this would be getting started, but I noticed that Blackhawk is going to need the extensive work. It's not going to be as easy as Farmview. It's not going to be as easy.
Because there's some curb improvements and some flood damages and things of that nature. And also, it's not all of Blackhawk either. Because it would be, if I'm not mistaken, from University Parkway north, probably down to Hickok.
Hickok.
Yeah.
And I think that's south to Olmsted. Yeah, and I think if I'm not mistaken, that seemed, especially coming off of University Parkway, the curbs and the residents and the driveways. When this, I guess the question I'm coming with is that I thought we did something on this before.
I think it was cross stripes and street striping down Blackhawk.
Did we get to do that yet?
No, we took so long that they went in another direction and never responded to me again.
Okay.
I can reach back out.
That's what it was.
But that's for your east-west streets, correct? Okay. All right. But yeah, I was wondering, did you remember that? Because I want to say back when you were trustee that this was also done before, and I don't know if Arturo would be doing the same thing that it was done before, because because of the engineering of the curbs and the sidewalk?
I can't remember Blackhawk being done for a long time.
Because it was a young man that kept coming up, he wanted us to pay for every time his car like went over.
Yeah. I remember the rim. Some was true and some was false.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So, all right. I just wanted to bring that. I know we went down this road before, and I thought maybe we had paid for it.
It was getting ready to get it. Yeah.
And we're paying. I was just making sure we're not paying for it again.
Gotcha.
Okay.
All right.
Question.
Yes, ma'am.
The scope of work that Antero is presenting, isn't it something that they already presented that had to do with the streets? Because then they do a whole feasible study on all the roads in the community to determine which roads are the ones that should be worked on first. And with that, it consisted of a lot of this information?
No, so that was a GIS program where they survey, it's almost like an x-ray, and they can see down into the ground. That's completely separate from us.
Okay.
That's what tells what's like internally what's collapsed underneath the concrete.
Okay.
The GIS stuff, yes.
And because some of this work, I know I went to a couple classes with the WED, the Will County Economic Development Group, and they are able to provide a lot of these different services that they already have. Are we able to look into them to see if they can provide some of this information where it doesn't have to come from the engineers, and maybe the engineers can work on some other part of it?
I'm not sure of that, but I can check.
Okay.
What department in Will County?
It'd be
Yeah, because Mayor, you're part of the board, right?
But they don't do the extensive. They don't do what the engineering does.
They work with. I went to the classes and they do work with a lot of those different programs.
They submit reports and things like that.
Right, different reports. So,
Actually do the engineering.
not to say they do it. I'm just saying that the reports, they might have the data about the utilities. They help with a lot of those different things for when new companies come in. So, if that's something that we can look into.
Providing engineering service type things.
I don't know.
They actually do the engineering, but the actual engineering reports, I don't know them to do that, but I'll double check.
Okay, and can we also add this in, because this is Blackhawk, and it is to Armstead, right? Because I know he just said Hiccup. Okay, it's to Armstead. But it was stated that I know we were supposed to be working on some other streets. Can we get them all done at the same time instead of it being separate?
Not unless we come up with.
We got to segment it, but we still want to get.
No, I'm not talking about all the streets in the community. I'm talking about the ones that was stated that we're going to be working on this year, which is Burnham, part of Burnham, right? Sandra,
So when we say.
and then Blackhawk.
When we say we're starting to work on them, it's not actual digging up the street and doing the physical work. It starts with the engineering.
That's what I'm talking about, this.
All that stuff. We're starting that, yes. But all those streets will not be completed this year or next year. You know, that's a multi-year plan.
Yeah. That was,
Which is true, but I know I heard that it's been reported that they was going to be done this year. So it was put out to the residents that it was being done this year. So just make sure we need to be saying the right thing and saying the correct things instead of saying that these streets are going to be done, because that's what's been put out there. So that's why I'm asking the question, why isn't those Burnham, part of Burnham, Blackhawk, and Sandra Drive section by the park? If those...
yeah, I think those will be addressed. But
those supposed to be addressed this year.
Not this year.
So I'm asking, why can't we just get all of that done at the same time?
Need that hump on Sandra Drive fixed.
If those are still, right, Mayor?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, let's rock and roll. Let's get started. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Trustee Karen Lewis votes aye. Trustee Janelle McFadden.
Votes aye.
Trustee Donna Fulcher.
I still would like to see if you're able to talk to the other people. So I'm going to abstain.
Okay.
Trustee Jewel Thompson.
Votes no.
Trustee Janice Williams.
votes aye.
Trustee Thea Brooks.
Votes no.
Mayor Rudez.
Votes aye for road improvements in the local roads. All right. Item F2F. which will be our bills payable. Attached for your approval is a listing of general operating expenses for the Village of University Park that occurred on May 1st, 2024 through May 28th, 2024. General Fund, $843,397.18. Road and Bridge, $32,508.87. Town Center Fund, $4,935.72. Capital Project Fund, $10,220.48. CIF 5, $2,666.25. And our payroll fund of $2,836.08 with a grand total of $896,564.58. Is there a motion, please? Is there a motion to pay the bills tonight? All right. We ain't paying no bills tonight? Is there a motion? Last time. All right, we don't have a motion or a second to pay the bills tonight. Unfortunately, some people will not get paid because the board did not take action on our bills. Next item. Yes, ma'am.
May I say something?
Yes, ma'am.
So are these bills?
So things like utilities, aqua, NICOR, those have been paid, yes.
So how are we approving bills that are already paid?
So if we don't pay the water, they will cut the water off. Because we can essentially wait 60 days and they're not gonna wait 60 days. So the aqua has been getting paid and also the light bill. Those are just the basics.
So are those the only things, the utility bills that have been paid from this list?
Or
Other than also the per diem for the conference.
For the conference.
or anything that might have had a contractual agreement, because contractual agreements that are already done necessarily don't have to go on bills payable, but as a courtesy that it is. So if anything would be paid prior, outside of our utilities and any contractual agreements, those are the only things that will be paid and that's approved by the Board of Trustees.
Can we make it so that we can know what bills are gonna, so we can approve these bills before they get paid in case we got questions or
So you're asking for like a list of the contractual agreements and our basic stuff?
No, because
Go ahead, Trustee. Let me understand you.
I already know personally, I know what my bills are gonna be before I actually pay them. So we have 2 meetings a month, so can we know what the bills are before before they're paid? Because after they're paid, if we had a question or if we didn't want to pay them, it's too late.
Okay. All right.
Does that make sense?
It makes sense, but you know what also makes sense? That there's some federal government action that has taken place as far as the village goes, and when the IRS makes demands, there's really nothing.
That's just one or two items.
But that's an important item that's on here.
It is.
That's a very important item that's on here, and if we neglect our duties by not doing right by the IRS, that doesn't speak well or good volumes for us.
So, Mayor, normally we don't have to pay the IRS this big money.
Yeah.
That's unusual.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of these things are usual.
Customary.
And customary expenses. So I just wish that I would like to see the bills before they get paid, in case I have a question.
That should be the process. Yes, ma'am. No
Thank
problems,
you.
no qualms at all. All right. All right, here we are. There's a report of the, let's start off with Public Works. Oh, let's go by the trustees. Board of Trustees. Trustee Thompson, anything tonight?
Yes. I'm going to read it because I don't want to leave anything out. Good evening, residents, board members, and mayor. When I was campaigning for your vote, I said my goal was to bring the village together so we could build back a community that would enhance our quality of life. One way I proposed to do that was to have active committees with members from the community contributing their great ideas and lending their education and wisdom from life experiences. I don't see residents signing up, or maybe they are and I'm not getting the information like I thought I would for committees, and that concerns me. If we don't take a stand and put in some time, our village will take a harder turn for the worse. I am again asking for residents to sign up for committees so that we can turn the ship around. If we don't stand up, our hometown may go down like so many others in the area. Think of the village as a home that contains our individual homes. We have to show care and concern like we do at our personal address. You can email me on the village website to let me know what committee you signed up for. And I would really like to thank Mr. Tim Robinson for his professionalism and hard work to give us a Memorial Day service to honor our fallen heroes. And I wish we could all just give him a little hand. I'm looking forward to all of the good things the Veterans Committee and Mr. Robinson will do in the future to build resources, support, and information for our veterans and their families. Veterans rightly deserve all honor that we can bestow on them for their sacrifice to all the citizens of the United States. Also, please don't forget to complete the information sheet for our veterans to make sure everybody is recognized on the Wall of Honor. And one local announcement. I'm the senior ministry leader at New Hope Christian Community Church in Monique. We are partnering with the Community Nutrition Network, also known as Meals on Wheels, and all eligible residents living in University Park, Park Forest, Monique, Peatone Creek, Stager, and Beecher are eligible. Seniors must be 60 years of age and over. The grand opening for the Senior Community Cafe will be June 7th at 11 a.m. Everybody's welcome to come out. The cafe will provide a space for seniors and caregivers to come and have lunch with others. Entertainment and other activities are planned to go along with the food. Let's all work together and have respect for each other's right to express an opinion. If we don't work together, we won't make progress. Thank you.
All right.
I got it.
Trustee Brooks.
Yeah. Good evening, Mayor, Board, and trustees and general public showing up tonight. First of all, I would like to say that it feels good to be back in a regular board meeting. Even last week, it felt good to be back. It felt odd, but I was back among my colleagues because, you know, in a little bit I'll explain the circumstance. However, I'll start off, even though I was inactive because under strict doctor's orders, the vehicle that Karen Lewis and I rode in during the parade will be on the Chi next Sunday. So take a look at the Chi that, what you call it, slingshot? Slingshot. Slingshot that I was slinging in with Karen Lewis is gonna be airing on the Chi this coming up Sunday. If you see any extra lights, that's them. That had nothing to do with us, but I had fun on that day with Karen, and I have to say it was fun. Although while I was off, crime is a little bit, it's a problem, but I wouldn't say, I would say that we need some work to do. As I witnessed, actually, even an auto theft in progress. It took about, I think the officers were trying to get there as 9 minutes before I seen them, but nonetheless, I want people to realize that you need to keep your doors locked on your cars and homes and so forth, because crime does not discriminate. I want to go into speaking a little bit of while I was off, was that on February 28th was the day after, and I'll be respectful because my family feel that at this point, as we witness, when you tell people that you are ill, you know, some people sit back and they'll say, yeah, I remember when you had this, and it's thrown in your face. And one trustee it was done to was Trustee Liz Williams. And Trustee Liz Williams never deserved someone saying that she was so ill that she could not run for office, but that woman You know, I sat next to her. She had her own opinions, and she voted the way she felt that she could vote. And I did not like when she was ill and it was used against her in the campaign. But I will say that on February 28th, the morning, I felt funny. What happened was that I felt some numbing in my tongue. I ignored it. I was talking to someone on the phone, or I was set to talk to someone on the phone, and Karen had just left out for work. And that was by 8 o'clock. So I dozed off for sleep, but then I knew I needed to get up and make a phone call. So I managed to do it at 11 o'clock, but I noticed I was talking funny. And in the mind of Theo, you know what I'm thinking, what the hell? And then the person said, hey, maybe you should call Karen or your mom, because you're not, you know, your speech is a little bit off. So I did. Some of you know my mom been a nurse for 40 years, and she had just got home. And she said, Theo, or Theopolis, I'm on my way over to come get you. You might be having a stroke. And I'm gonna tell you how fast you go from being a normal person to, I went up when Karen left and kissed me goodbye, I was normal looking. When I got to the mirror just to brush my teeth so I can go to the ER, the whole side of my left face was paralyzed. I tried to spit the toothpaste out, couldn't do that. But also, let me tell you, is that your brain is not registering what's going on with you. And so as I went outside to show you the nature of Theo Brooks, all my neighbors out there, the garbage can man done came. Here I am, sick, and what is Theo doing? Pulling their garbage cans in till his mom get there. And it's not registering to me, so by the time I got to the hospital, reality did kick in. They would not allow me to see my blood pressure. And I knew by the time Karen got to the hospital, I knew it was serious by the look on her face. However, what happened was that it was a combination of things, medication, so, you know, but I always sympathize for those who had strokes. So it got to the point that I could not talk. So if you had called or tried to call, I would have to do like this to force a muscle in my mouth in order to move. My tongue was still numb. I couldn't move that. And most people already call Karen because, you know, she's the Pekino queen over there. I know she done took y'all money this weekend. But they were already calling. So that's how it slowly, but my mother and my daughters, and when I seen my daughters come to the house and start crying, I knew it then that it was serious. So what they did, they took my phones. You know, the doctor's order was to sit back, take medicine. I was on a series of medication, steroids, everything. And they told me I was not supposed to come back until September. Yeah, it was September. And what month is this? May. The devil's a lie. I want to say, yes, he is. I want to say that the prayer of New Hope Church, Jewel, everybody put their hands on me, and for those residents who did, and that was the reason, Trustee Williams, it was nothing personal towards you. It was something that we did not want to get out of respect of my daughters. Those residents who did know and who offered Karen something, they did bring food to the house because, let me also say, I could not eat. I had to have soup for almost like a month in order for me to get something into my body. So I say this because it was that serious, and the day you see me come in 2 weeks ago, the doctor gave me the thumbs up. He says, take this medicine We're going to keep you going and make sure your body stays stable and stay healthy. So residents, it wasn't that Theo wasn't here because there was a ordinance that came up that I would gladly would have called in, but I couldn't call in because once again, I would have had to push my mouth in. I had to hear. There's a delay in my hearing. It's actually coming back just a little bit. Although sometime I try, it's not working on Karen anymore. When she tells me do something, I go, it's not working. But that ordinance in 2018 in reference to the fire department, I'm a civil servant. I know there was a discussion about the village manager hiring from the outside. As a civil servant, what we were trying to do in 2018 was promote within training, because we've seen it's actually in the Country Club Hills. Harvey is destabilized, so we don't see it no more. But what we were trying to do was try to keep those who come to this fire department, move up the chain, the same way we felt that way with the police department. But unfortunately, with the police department, things has changed. But I want everybody to understand that when it comes down to what I went through and trying to be here for the residents to explain these type of things, it was kind of hard for me, but this is one thing I did learn. The village kept moving without me. So I was not going to stress myself out. I understood, but I do think that what I have contributed can always help. I listened to Trustee Williams and Lewis. They went to Washington, D.C., and I'm glad the two of y'all went. Just next time when y'all talk about it, if somebody at home sick, could y'all please remember at least in 19 to 21, I held the ship together till y'all got in. Okay, no, y'all ain't recognize me. Trust me, I was at home. My feelings was hurt. My love, I was like, y'all don't forget the love of Theo. Yeah, trust me, y'all forgot about me. So I'm crying a little bit like, God, they don't forget about me. I thought y'all erased me. So don't forget about me. So, you know, I know we're a long way when it comes to the water, and I know there's a future discussions on it. But one thing I will say, and then I'm gonna finish out, is that this coming up Sunday, I will be giving a testimony to what happened. I don't like talking about God and politics at the same time, but let me tell you this, that experience, and I talked to those who had, mostly those who have had strokes. I listened to them how they're fine one moment and then they, just like that, they're a different human being. And I'm grateful that that did not happen to me, that I was able to recover in some sense. But I want to say something, and God, I told Pastor I wouldn't say God because everybody who voted for me may not believe in God, but I do believe in God, country, and community. And I'm going to be talking about time and boundaries. Ladies and gentlemen, we all need to realize we all sit on this board with a limited time. I got 1 year left on this term. And then also there's boundaries. I want everyone to understand that for all of us, we need to do the most we can, because hell does exist. There are demons out there that want you to believe it don't exist. There are more people in hell than it is in heaven. And I'm telling you now, one of the things that, and it's really rocked me when I did understood it, lies, gossip, and those who won't forgive. And I'm especially going to the one who, they know who I am when I'm saying they don't forgive. They're not in this room, but I know they're watching tonight. Please forgive. Please forgive. If somebody said something to you or said something about it, forgive them. Right now, there is somebody who is too late that is begging for 5 minutes that they would come back to this life and say, I'm sorry. If somebody has hurt you, it'll be over with. It's only temporary. If they said something to you, to gossip, watch your tongues. Watch your tongues. You can destroy someone's character with your tongue. There are people that go to hell that believe and say they believe in God, and they in there right now because of that tongue. And the reason why I say that is that sometimes lies are out there, and it's not true. And especially during campaign time. I just want to even say, Mayor, I just want to private conversation between you and me when you first came in. You and I, we talked about like any negative campaigns that was made before that, and what did we say? Forgiven. Remember the Fire Bay Mayor, and we talked about forgiveness in God and so forth. So my point is that if I can say that to the mayor, that sometimes when in this politics things happen, it's over with, it's done, it's done. So I'm getting my signal to cut off.
Trustee, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm getting my signal to cut off, and the only reason why I was leading up to this is because I really want you all, if you want to, come to New Hope on Sunday, 11:15, if you really want to see the side of the Trustee Brooks, who is saying that we need to learn to respect each other's time and boundaries here in this village in order for us to grow. And with that, I yield my time.
Trustee, great comments. I just got to ask you one question because I'm struggling a little something. You know, I stand accused, and you talked about the campaigns and stuff, and I'm going to ask for a little bit of guidance from everybody. How should I approach and deal with people who has slandered my name, who said I would never sit in this seat again, that I would never get elected, that I was under indictment, that I was a crook, that I was a corrupt, and all those things out of a campaign? How should I just handle that?
Mayor, you really want to know?
I'm asked the question.
You forgive them, don't you go do the same thing either. And God would hear and bless you for it.
All right.
And I yield my time.
Thank you. Trustee Williams?
Good evening, everyone. I first want to say that I did attend a balloon release for my very good friend Mary Lois. We had it outside of the University Park Library, and we all were able to give our accolades and what I call our Mary moments. It was really beautiful, and we got to celebrate this wonderful woman's life. The other thing that I got to attend was the Creek Moniz Scholarship Night. At the high school, it was so many students that I'm so proud of. They're brilliant. They're on their way to success. We had different presenters. One of the presenters was our own Debbie Detbarn from Moniz Township. And she gave out 13 scholarships, $1,000 each, to University Park students only. She also gave out 6 renewable scholarships. Now, a good friend of my family, and she works for an attorney's office, Maya Hightower, her law firm gave out 21 $2,500 scholarships that were all renewable. These students are going to University of Chicago, University of Illinois, Iowa, you name it, they're heading to success. And I personally mentioned this to First Lady Rudez, that I would like to have, since we always do a back to school bash, but I would like to do a giant trunk party for some of these college kids. If we could get together, get the funding, and present them with a laundry basket with all kinds of things, detergent, bounce, all the things they need to get started. That's something I would like to see them start their journey on the right foot. And perhaps we can get some of the companies in Industrial Park to contribute, like Clorox. The other thing that I got to attend was the recon, which, don't talk here, Trustee, the recon convention. And when I say it is a lot of work, it is a lot of work. It's a lot of walking. That place is probably about 5 or 6 times bigger than McCormick Place. Thousands upon thousands people there, vendors, retailers, you name it, they're there. We're walking all over the place. Of course, McFadden's making pictures as we go along, but we're meeting and greeting with different people, trying to get them to understand our expectations and see what they're about. So it was a good convention. We attended a deal-making master's class where we learned about how to make deals with these retailers. Do you want to charge a base pay for rent, or do you want to charge a percentage of what they're earning? What are your expectations? What is the process? Anchor stores are important because without an anchor store, you can't really drum up the business. So it's important to have the anchor store. So I learned a lot. I don't know if I want to do it again because of all the walking, but we met a wonderful man there too. We were tired, and I said, I got to sit down. So there was nobody at this table, right? I sit down. A few minutes later, this gentleman comes out, and he begins to strike up a conversation. So during the course of the conversation, I'm sitting at the head of the table. He said, wait, where did that chair come from? I said, the good Lord. He looked around, he said, we don't have that chair, and nobody else here has that chair. I said, I told you God sent it to me. I was tired, and I needed some cushion. The rest of the chairs were like those out there in the audience. So I thank God for that. And then last, I went to the wonderful memorial service. Tim Robinson, Jewel, it was wonderful. I had one of the greatest honors. He allowed me to put the wreath at the Memorial Center. That touched my heart because I lost my husband, and I just know he was looking down on me, and I can't wait for his name to be on the wall so all 5 of my daughters can come with their spouses and my many grandchildren to see their dad's name on that wall. So I thank y'all for that. I also want to just concur what Brooks was saying, Trustee Brooks. I read a book, and if you can ever get this book, it's called it's by Barry Baxter. It's The Revelation of Hell. And if you ever want to be scared straight, you read that book, because hell is real, and it has compartments, and there is a compartment for liars, for people that lie constantly, that want to put a bad name on you because they don't like you or they're jealous of you, malice. You need to read that book, because if you don't know how to live right, it will scare you straight into living right. So I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm going to let the next person talk.
Let me see your mic. Yeah, I do. It ain't working. No. I just want to say that the Mother's Day brunch went off with a bang. I mean, they came out dressed up. Those women were looking beautiful. The decor in there was beautiful, the setup. I want to say a special thanks to the Mo's Committee, Chair Lady Rudez, and all the members on there. The Mother's Day brunch, everyone was talking about it. And we also, the mayor and I, we kept our promise for the best dress and the best hat and the most seasoned. And the woman who got the most seasoned was so excited to receive her gift, and she said, I wore red just because I felt like I'm powerful and beautiful, and as she was.
Was she 87?
87 years old, and she had like at least 26 people with her in the event. I want to say that was great. That was our second annual, but it was one that really that one. Also, I want to piggyback off of Gina at the recon. I explained to her, bring a gym shoe, because it's a lot of walking, and she also got to see, we're not there at the party. The party was walking through 5, 6 floors and attending all of the retailers that we were soliciting to come to the village. And everyone that said, as she explained, and as people in the village don't know, you have to have an anchor store. And that was the word that was repeated to Manager Scott, the mayor, Fulcher, Trustee McFadden, and Trustee Williams. And they all saw that an anchor is very important. So I know we want a grocery store, but we're building. Rome wasn't built in a day, and we getting there. Just give us a minute. We're doing the things that we should be doing. Also, I want to say, Tim, thank you for the memorial, you and Jewel, for the Memorial's Day event. I had a chance to read upon 22 veterans that I thought was befitting for the day. And thank you for putting on that event. Also, I want to read off from the Lions. The youth camp and activities throughout the summer. Governor states having a summer camp for the youth. Registration fee varies. The STEM camp is July 15th through the 26th, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Blue camps, July 29th, 30th, and 31st. Chemistry and biology field trips for free. All information can be found on Governor State University Youth page. The IHSA partners with Planet Fitness. This will provide free access to their fitness club in Illinois to high school students throughout the summer from June 1st to August 31st. The website is www.planetfitness.com/summerpass. Crete-Monique High School 6-week football camp begins June 10th from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. And this is the stuff when they say there's nothing for the youth to do, there's some things for the youth to do this summer. I'm announcing it right now. Crete-Monique High School Lady Warriors have free girls youth. Oh, it went on? Okay.
There you go, there you go.
Oh, I can't see that little red light. Hold on, let me use these 4 eyes. Okay. Crete-Monique High School Lady Warriors have free girls youth basketball camps from June 17th, June 19th, June 20th, grade 3rd through the 12th. For questions, contact Coach Dino Ivory at ivory@cm201u.org. The University Park Lions will host a 2-week free summer camp for cheer and football beginning July 8th, Monday through Thursday, 5:30 p.m. For questions, email upyaa@yahoo.com. These are the summer events for the children. Me and Gina was talking about some stuff for the seniors, so give us a minute. We working on it. We getting our thought processes together, okay? And that ends my report, okay?
Trustee Fulcher.
Good evening, board and residents. I'd like to thank all the residents for your attendance. I know sometimes they could be long, but we appreciate you all coming out to be out there in the audience, how we're going over a lot of this different stuff, so you can go back and tell the other residents who are unable to attend or unable to watch it on YouTube. My report is just talking about the ICSC Commercial Real Estate Conference that myself and a lot of the board went to on May 18th to 22nd. I kind of wanted to give this information because there's a lot of stuff that out there about what all does the village give to the trustees when we go. Just wanted to say trustees coverage, which includes our travel, our hotel, and the $50 per diem per day for food. So that's what we receive. So I just want to make sure you all know what we receive out there. So basically $50 per day for food, and they cover our travel and hotel. For the different classes and stuff we attended, one of them was the professional development workshop, which was the deal-making masterclass, creative leasing approaches. I was going to talk about a couple things that I got from it, which Trustee Williams and Trustee Lewis had already mentioned. Another thing that was brought up about the feasibility gap, to make sure we do market and project research. Also to make sure we have some type of incentive packages already in place that would help bring in those businesses as well. Another class that I was attending was the Professional Development Workshop, Public-Private Partnerships, 11 Things Developers and City Planners Wish Each Other Knew. There were several things, but the key points that I took away was developers that come into communities should have a connection to the community. So it's important that if you are coming to our community, that you make sure you already have established a relationship or try to build a relationship with our community, and that goes to part with our organizations. It could be with the village, or it could be just community organizations that's out there. There's a lot of residents that's doing a lot of good things, and those developers that want to show a presence, they can reach out to all those different organizations and build some type of connection. Pop-up retail opportunities, that's something that they brought up that's starting new, where a lot of communities that have these outlets and empty spaces, they start to do a pop-up. So they kind of like a pop-up retail opportunity for 6 months or so, that, hey, you could bring your business here, let's see how it go for 6 months, and then we'll see how it goes. That's something that was an opportunity. Zoning should already be finalized based on the proposed site. So to make sure that our zoning is already in place before a developer comes, so they don't have to go through all the pushback and saying that we already got something set up when we haven't even got it zoned yet. So to make sure that we're already prepared. We went to one of the keynote presentations was with Nick Saban. He's the Alabama coach. You wouldn't think that he talked all about sports, football, but in general, the key takeaways that I got from him, which was pretty good, was the different type of leadership, right? So he talked about 3 different type of leaderships, was his laissez-faire, transformational, and transactional leadership. And the one that he is most proud of is that he's more of a transformational leader. And transformational leaders where you're also making sure that everybody is moving up and growing and connecting with one another and respecting each other. That's part of what a transformation leader is, that you're wanting to make sure that everybody succeed, and you're going to do what you can to help them. Another thing which he brought up was about the importance of defining everyone's expectations. And I think that's something that we definitely need here in the village, is that everyone needs to know what we are expected of to do, right? So if you don't have any expectations, then there's nothing, you don't know what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing. So it's very important that each position, each role, know what we are expecting, each of us are expected of. So that goes into your part within the community as well. If you're part of committees, if you're part of organizations, if you're on sports, you have an expectation. If you have an expectation, do you know what to strive to? So that's a key thing. We went to a lot of different, at the exhibit hall, a lot of different exhibits. One I want to bring out, because I know the village manager and the mayor, and I'm going to bring out the ones that they've already been to, so I'll leave that up to them. But one of them was to auto charge it, which is advanced EV charging systems, where they had actual good information about a better way to set up the whole charging system, where it's not just multiple unit charging stations, but it could be coming from one. During that exhibit hall, we met the Executive Director of Business Development from Prince George County, Maryland. He brought up a lot of different stuff. He looked over our information, and he had a lot of different suggestions, which I think were pretty good, that works for our community, which was that we should be focusing on workforce housing, which is housing for the work. For those that work in our community, that come to our community for jobs, we got to make sure that we are able to provide housing for them. So that's a key thing that I feel, as well as the rest of the trustees feel, that we should be looking at increasing our rooftops. Working with minority builders as well. We should be focusing on 25 to 40-year-olds that want to live in our community and to build and grow in our community. Economic development studies should be done. There's 2 types of marketing that we should be presenting. One is industrial marketing and one is retail marketing, so we're making sure we're reaching the right people and we have the right information. Also, our relationship with Governor State should be a key with all of this. They should be a big part of our growth. Multifamily housing, rental, and for sale units. So those are the things that some of the takeaways that I received. I just wanted to make sure I let you all know that yes, we are here working for you and trying to bring back some of these different ideas and approaches to help our community. And on a side note, I just wanted to make sure I congratulate all the graduates, and I wish all the students a great and safe summer break. It's summer here. My kids are already ready. One of them keep trying to call off every day. So, so they are here. They're looking to be doing something. I thank you for Trustee Lewis for bringing out that information about the different programs that's out there. The library has a lot of different programs, so I look forward. I'd like to also mention with the Mr. Robinson, how you're saying you're willing to come out and support a lot of the organizations and communities. We're looking forward to seeing you at a lot of the things that's going to be out there. I know another one is we have I think it's the June 10th event coming out, right? So we have a June 10th event coming out. We'd love to see your committee, the Buffalo Soldiers, to be a part of that. I'm on a baseball organization. Our baseball team, Crete, Monier, and University Park, the teams are doing great. They're practicing. They're having games. We have two teams under the University Park. We have some good coaches. They're really working with the kids. I appreciate them. I wanted to make sure I shout them out. I also wanted to thank Crete Monier School District 201U for allowing us to use their school for practices for indoor. We were able to go into the gym to use the gym during times when it was raining. So I wanted to thank them as well. So I wanted to get that information out, and if there's anything else, I wish you everybody a good night.
First, I want to piggyback on what Gina Williams said about Debbie Detmeyer coming out and giving the scholarships. My son received that scholarship last year and is getting a renewal, so I'm pleased with that. The second thing I'd like to say hello to everybody, the mayor, the trustees, and the residents. Tim Robinson did a great job Saturday. That was so awesome. And he has encouraged me to post to my friends and family that are veterans, because I thought it was just for University Park. And I've got a lot of names to give him to put up there for veterans. So that was the second thing. And the third thing, Faith Movers Church is my church that I attend, and we're turning 13 on Sunday, June 9th, 2024. We have a special guest by the name of Pastor Mark Baker, and he's from Pastor Moses Herring's hometown, so he's coming to speak. So we would like to invite everybody out. We've been here 13 years, and our services start at 11 a.m. So come out and join us. And the last but not least thing today is me and Trustee Karen Lewis. Today, 3 years ago today, we were sworn in as trustees, so we have completed 3 years and we got one more to go. And Theo Brooks was elected the same 3 years ago today. So I bought in some cake. Anybody want to take some cake home with them? It's on the table behind us. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
All right. Chris? Oh, Manager Scott, you want to give us an introduction to some first?
Yeah, sure. Well, I was going to say that in my report, but I will. So a couple of things I wanted to mention. Vehicle stickers will be on sale starting June 3rd. Vehicle stickers must be displayed no later than July 2nd, 2024, and fees will be doubled by July 3rd. We will be open to accommodate those who are unable to come in during the Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So we will be making a special concession for this, and we will be opening Village Hall on Saturdays, 3 Saturdays, June 8th, June 15th, June 29th, from 9 to 1 p.m. So we will be enforcing stickers, so please be sure to purchase them. I wanted to say, too, I looked at the spreadsheet from the past few years, and this is the lowest number that we've had for people purchasing this past year. So we will be enforcing that, so all the details are on here. Also, the ordinance, if you scan this, you can also review the ordinance pertaining to this. So the other thing is, I had a meeting this week with Metro representatives, Noe Gallardo, Heather Wilkerson, Ben Jenkins, and Roya Bashard regarding University Park Station project status. The design is in the procurement phase, which means it's going out to bid, and if that goes well, they will be starting later this summer. The design includes the canopy repair, that includes the east and the west lots, and consisting of the ramp and stairs. We're going to be putting together an outreach meeting to assist the design team with the final renderings and the conceptual designs. I submitted a grant application for the Driving a Cleaner Illinois CJEV charging grant, which is for charging stations for the Metro East and West lots and the golf course. It's over $1 million. I've also been working with Crispina and the Metropolitan Mayor's Caucus weekly to work through the $380,000 that we received for migrant assistance. We've had several meetings. GSU is involved. They're giving ESL classes. It's going to be here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in the evenings. Anyone's welcome to come. Also, we have a food pantry for them. I've been in contact to have a food pantry beyond the migrants, separate funding for the community, and I'm trying to work out the logistics of that now, but I have a commitment from an organization to provide the food. Also, I've been working, let me see what else. Also, I hired a bilingual community liaison who was hired under the purview of the grant, so all that, his salary is covered under the grant. Also, I wanted to mention a portion of my salary is also covered under the amount of time that I've spent on making this program happen. Also, we have established a standing monthly finance committee meeting to be held on the third Thursdays of every month here at 90 Town Center at 6:30 p.m. That was created at the last finance meeting. We had a few people who didn't show up, so an email was sent out. We have some new members, and I don't have the details of that in front of me, but there's 7 committee members and a couple extras also that serve as alternates. But I did send out a calendar invite to the entire board as well as the people who sit on that committee. A couple people that weren't showing up, they've been removed. Also, I created a letter here for Trustee Thompson. This is a letter that she requested so that she could go out and get solicitations for the Veterans Committee because we did exceed the budget that we have in for this fiscal year. So they had some ideas for things that it's going to cost around $60,000. So she did ask that I create that letter so she could go out, her and also Tim, to just solicit some donations to make that possible. I also purchased the supplies for the Veterans Committee, including the grave marker veterans flags, the military stand for the flag, kneel for the fallen soldiers, veteran coins, and the veteran bell. So the event was amazing. Everyone said that, but it was very well received, and we look forward to the next year. ComEd has completed the installation of the new lighting in the town center, including the lights that you see in here. It's effectively going to save the village $15,000 a year in cost savings on our utility bill. On May 9th, Mayor Rudez and I participated in the State of the Region panel discussion with Chamber 57. That took place in Mattison, along with other communities. I think Homewood was there, Mattison, Hazel Crest, to discuss economic development projects going on throughout the Southland. I have to say that, not to toot our own horn, but toot, we had more projects going than any of those other communities, and they were really surprised. And they pulled me over to the side to ask about the truck parking, EV, and all of that. I mean, we were swamped for maybe an hour after talking to people, especially about the EV, because a lot of communities, unless you have someone who's just really interested in it, it's really it's a hard tiger to wrestle with because it's new, it's innovative, and we really are creating the wheel here. Also, we have a youth employment program that will take place from July 1st to August 15th. It's 7 weeks. Kids are going to be paid $16 an hour. You have to be a resident of University Park. I'm not getting attacked again. It's for ages 16 to 21, and you must be a resident of University Park. Space is limited. Application forms can be found in Village Hall, or you can also go online. So now if you go online, I don't know if any of you have been looking on the website, but it's a working doc. It's work in progress. Now, on the left-hand side, you'll see something says Village Forms. That was not here prior to me getting here. When you click on those forms, you can see the available forms. You can actually print them out. If you have the software, you can actually fill it out and return it. So please, I encourage all the youth, because like I said, it's first come, first serve, and we...
What are your ages?
16 to 21. It's July 1st through, what did I put on here? July 1st to August 15th. It's 7 weeks. 7 weeks. So we'll be teaching kids things about municipal government. People will be in different departments depending on, I'm going to try to see what people's skill sets, things that maybe interest them, and try to match them up appropriately. And we're also going to have a resume writing workshop at the end. That's something I like to do because you'd be surprised how many, not only young people, but adults don't know how to write a proper resume. So I've talked to individuals at GSU that were gracious in saying that they would volunteer their time to teach the resume writing at the end of the program. Also, I'm working with OAI. I've worked with them for several years in the past to put together a hiring event that's going to involve different businesses in the industrial community. So look out for that flyer. That's going to be coming soon. Also, we're following up on a couple of ICSC conference leads for more commercial businesses. I don't want to jinx myself, so I don't want to mention them. One of them is a large fast food chain that's interested in coming possibly across the street from Quick Trip. So I did have to sell them because this is a really small residential community, but I did tell them we have as many people that come in and out of this industrial corridor. They were very impressed by the businesses, the names of the businesses that were in our community, and typically they don't come out. You know, they have a lot of prerequisites. Is there an anchor store, meaning is there a grocery store? They want to see the actual resident numbers up, but I was able to kind of persuade this one company, so we're in talks about them coming out next month to see possibly, and 2 other businesses. So as that develops, if it comes through, I'm going to definitely mention those businesses. Also, Quick Trip is nearing completion of the construction. They'll be opening in the next few weeks, so congratulations to them. It looks beautiful. The deck on the golf course was completed, and I have to say this because I've gotten inundated. I'm sure the board has about calls with the golf course grass. So we took a while to get everything solidified. Just because the contract for Midland is signed, it's like buying a house. They come back with different forms, different financials. I need this. What about this? So at any rate, some of the equipment is no longer available, 2 pieces, so the actual loan is less than what the board had approved. We're still moving forward, but because the money changed, all the forms have to be updated. That includes serial numbers for all of the equipment, so it's a working doc back and forth with the company, but we're anticipating the equipment will be delivered in the next week. Please be patient. That will get rectified soon. Also, I wanted to also mention, I've been preparing with counsel to go before Judge Anderson regarding the Aqua Settlement Conference. It won't be anything where it's going to be a big public show. It's going to be actually in the judge's chambers, and I was asked to come back in the judge's chambers to discuss. And so I had a meeting last week to go over aspects of the case, including remediation. And a lot of the things that I discussed was things that this board vocalized and said that they wanted. They didn't want to accept the bare minimum of what Aqua was giving. They're not budging, so we're in for a fight, but I'm going to represent this community. I'd also like to introduce 2 new integral members of the Village of University Park. First is Chris Vargas. Welcome on board, Chris. Buckle up. He is the new Director of Public Works. He's come out. He's proven to be really, I've been really impressed with him, so I'm grateful that you're here. Also, the new Director of Finance, Mary Baker, comes with experience. She actually came from Cook County, so we're really fortunate to have these individuals, and I welcome you both on board. Thank you.
Has cleaned up around the town center area. We also enhanced Pine Lake, which consisted of weed whacking, grass cutting, tree trimming, paper picking, and garbage removal, as well as beaver dam removal. Public Works cleaned and removed all flag dump piles on Nackey Road. We enhanced our vacant pool property, which consisted of weed whacking, grass cutting, tree trimming, paper picking, and garbage removal. Metro East parking lot, along with the west lot, is cleaned weekly, grass cut, weed whacking, paper picking, and garbage cans emptied. Thank you. Public Works installed new banners for Governor State's University for their 55th anniversary along University Parkway. We purchased a new sweeper, and the sweeper has been out sweeping the streets daily. We have begun chipping branches every Monday. We have also begun hot patching potholes every Thursday. We also have replaced and repaired multiple streetlights throughout the village and continue to do so. As a reminder to our residents, if you guys can please put out your branches before 6 o'clock a.m. Monday morning. Also, I must stress this to everybody. If a company is contracted to cut any trees, they must take whatever they cut. Public Works is not responsible for picking up or removal of those branches. We only are responsible for removal of the branches that the homeowners cut. And if for any further information, our Public Works hours are Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. You can also reach us at 708-534-4823 or 708-304-2220. Thank you, and you guys have a nice evening.
All right, hey, Chris, real quick. When our residents cut their branches out, they're supposed to be 3 to 4 feet in bundles. Is that
Yes.
correct? Okay. Yep, 4 feet in bundles. Thank you so much. Sean?
Yep. Mayor, trustees, wanted to touch on a couple brief things. May 9th, we were at Crete-Money Middle School to do a touch-a-truck. We do that quite a bit, but this one was really special. We had 26 special needs kids, and the unique thing about that is my guys have to spend a little more time helping them understand kind of what the fire department does for them, and in an emergency, what they would need to understand. So my guys actually take that as a little bit more of a special time with them, you know. So that went real well, 26 participants. It did rain, so it made it a little more difficult, but we enjoy it. It's really a good time. So we do touch a truck with all the kids throughout the schools, but this one was a little bit more special. Second thing is Saturday, May 11th, we had our orientation and written exam for 2 candidates for positions in the fire department. So it's not what I'm looking for, but it's a good step in the right direction. Okay. And a little more on a little bit more of an exciting or kind of a special note, Lieutenant Mike Cook has reached 25 years as a paramedic here. So yeah, so Mike, he's one of my senior guys. He's awesome. He loves everything he does here, and he does a great job. So, and then as far as the branches, when you put them out, just don't put them near fire hydrants. So that's all we ask.
All right.
So that's it. Thank you.
Deputy Richard, I have to say this because I'm very proud of this. The GMT program, when I came, there was no
yes.
program. Last year, we discussed this. They came with a check for how much?
$142,000. So
1 month.
So on average, last year we collected about 157. We collected that in 1 month now. So this is a program that we started about a year ago between Manager Scott, myself, and a couple of my people in my department. We had an internal audit that actually we had to justify exactly what it costs every time that ambulance goes out the door to the actual penny. So we got it down. Once we qualified for that program, it's ongoing now. So we've almost quadrupled our collections. So
make a big impact. And, you know, this is part of when you come in as a manager, being able to work with different departments to make them run more effectually. This also goes back to Kasperic, you know, when they came on, they've been on since 18, but when I came on and had conversation, changing the bank accounts just so we could save and bring in almost $90,000 extra a month. So this is really what it's about. Change doesn't happen overnight, but change is happening and it's coming, so thank you.
Yes, no, absolutely.
All right.
So I want to ask.
Yes.
If the fire department can participate at the next memorial, get in touch with Mr. Robinson.
Be nice to have
Absolutely.
all
It'd be
hands on
nice to
deck.
have all hands on deck.
My personal goal as acting fire chief and anything else it may be is to participate even more with the community. I think we need to do more.
All
It's a
right.
personal thing, agenda.
All right. Chief Mitchell, then Naiva Jenkins.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Village Board, and citizens. Over the past month, I met with representatives of the Metro Police Department about increasing their presence at our Metro station and our Metro parking lots to supplement and enhance our already robust presence at those locations in an effort to make people that use the Metro station feel safer and also increase ridership. So we're in ongoing conversations with them. I think we're going to be pleasantly surprised about what might be coming this way. We've also been liaising with various businesses and entities to help them address various issues of shrinkage, workplace violence, parking issues, and traffic to and from. Because again, we want the workers that work at the various businesses in town to feel safe coming to work. And, you know, a safe employee is a more productive employee. If these businesses do well, then the village does well. We've been continuing integrating new technologies into the police department, new computers, new radios, and other new technologies to help us multiply our effectiveness as a police department. So, you know, one police officer, two police officers can have the effect of 3 or 4. For April of 2024, the police department responded to 672 calls for service. Some of those calls resulted in arrests, unfortunately, but we're still working on that to change behavior to where we don't have to arrest people to dealing with some of these issues. I also want to send a shout out. This is National Civilian Law Enforcement Appreciation Week. So, you know, a lot of times when people see police departments, they only think about the police officers. But our civilian employees and co-workers, they provide the support to allow the sworn police officers to be on the street. They do a lot of the work in-house to free up those police officers to be out on the street. And, you know, they're in law enforcement just like we are. They see some of the things that we see. They may not be on the street or in the incident with us, but they see the aftermath. And so when we go through things, they're going through things, and it might actually be worse for them because they hear it and they hear about it, but they're not there. And we all know how it feels to see something or hear about something happen, but you feel powerless to do anything about it because you weren't there. And so this is, again, National Civilian Law Enforcement Appreciation Week. We're putting that stuff up on our Facebook and our village web page. We conducted our annual department meeting where we emphasized new strategies for summer operations to make sure that we had a pretty decent summer last year. We're going to make it even better this year to address a lot of the issues that are going out there. I cannot emphasize it more. No fireworks. The signs are going out if they're not already out. No fireworks. The fine is $750. Again, no fireworks. The fine is $750. I don't know about you, but I don't have $750 to pay for some fireworks. One of our new officers has completed field training, and they're out on their own. So you will see him out and about. His name is Officer Sherrod Irvin. He's a tall drink of water.
I don't know how I feel about the fact that he's a thin fella in real good shape. Reminded me of myself 32 years ago. I'm just saying. Silence. I attended the South Suburban Association Chiefs of Police, of which I am the secretary on the executive board. We had our executive development conference. It was a lot of very good training and a lot of very good contacts to help us create these partnerships with other entities to help the University Park Police Department conduct our mission. We also had Cop on Top, where the mayor came out and he got up on top with me, and he came up the hard way, on top of the roof, the top of the roof of the Dunkin' Donuts, and he came up the hard way. With the Richton Park Police Department. Upcoming plans, of course, we're still, we also conducted a chat with the chief, and we got a chat with the chief. Remember, it's every third Thursday of every month. Please come out. A lot of people have a lot of questions and looking and seeking information related to the police department and crime in the town. You get an opportunity to come out and talk directly to me. You're not talking to a representative. You're not talking to a website. You're talking to me, and you get to ask me any questions, and if I have an answer, I give it to you. Well, I try to limit your questions to dealing with the police department and dealing with crime in general, but please come on out. We posted fairly early on. Our next date is going to be June. No fireworks. We see you with fireworks. We're going to issue a ticket. It's $750. I'm pretty sure, the village board will be with me when we say we want our money if you commit that infraction. And we are actively enforcing and investigating any abandoned and inoperable vehicles, not just on the street, but in your driveway. If we can see it, we can investigate it. If your car is up on jacks, it's on flats, it's leaking fluids, we will be coming looking at your car, and we will be taking the appropriate action. So if you have that car that's sitting outside, whether on the street or in your driveway, on the side of the house, make sure you do something about it. And Mr. Mayor, that ends my report.
When we're leaving the parking lot on the east lot, it was almost 3 accidents literally today. I would like to suggest that an officer can block the traffic for us leaving out of the parking lot, because some people are blindsided when the traffic is backed up if the train comes fast. They can't see to their right what's coming across the track. So in and it's almost like us coming out the lot, going left into town or Indiana or whatever. It was a few almost accidents, but I'm asking if there can be, if the train is like from 4:30 to about 5, 6 o'clock-ish, that's when the traffic is back, to have an officer just block it off so people can come out the lot. That's all, just safety.
Neva, you have anything tonight? And then you got Mr. Jim, and then I'll...
Good evening, Mayor, Board of Trustees. I am continuing for the village communications. I'm continuing to marketing, digital media, digital forms, social media support, Mailchimp, which is the which is the what is that? I'm losing lost for words. Long day. Email blast, yes. Continuing to do that for the village, supporting various committee and commissions, including veterans and MOs, mostly all of the village events, if not on site and present, behind the scenes with the chairs, as well as continuing to follow up to keep the scheduling for Lahey Catholic Charities, as well as the Garden Project, and supported Mother's Day and the Memorial Day event. That's my report.
I just want to say that before I retired, about 2 years ago, there was a guy out there directing traffic. I don't know what's happening.
All right. So as we close out, I just want to say thank you to everybody who came out. I'll make my report really brief, but I'm just proud to say I've just completed my 17th year of service in this community. May 17th made 17 years as an elected official in this village of University Park, and it's been a journey. But I see that there's transformation that's happening, and I thank God for giving me the opportunity to serve in this capacity as mayor, because it's a rough job in a small town, to be honest with you, because there's almost, you never do the right thing, but you always get accused. But I'm proud to see that progress is going in the right direction, and we're stepping outside. And I like what Trustee Fulcher said. I call myself somewhat of a transformational leader, but a visionary leader, because I don't mind planting the seed. Some things that we'll see as a board together, and some things are just going to be ahead for the next generation. As we move forward in our community's getting more diverse, our boundaries are expanding, stores and restaurants are coming. I'm so proud of our Board of Trustees that went out there and actually saw the process on what it is that's going out to make the deals. I've been doing it for a long time, and I'm proud to say it's just slowly but surely, you can start to see things falling into place. You know, the ingress and egress back on I-57 when it first opened up, and the whole intention of building economics around there. And if we build up the right economics, it will slowly but surely benefit to the things that everyone in our community needs. Opportunities to shop to get our basic necessities, our food and our restaurants, and places to go and things to do in our community. So I ask you guys for your continued support. You know, we're on the right step. There's a big issue. I've really got a hard on for getting local roads done, because I really understand the importance of clean, healthy roads in our community, and that's very important. And the restaurants that are going to be coming in next week to meet with us, it's going to be some great conversations. I don't like to put the cart before the horse. I really don't talk a lot about it. I just like to see things happen, but it's some great things. And we've got other people coming in next week. June 6th and the following week, they'll be coming in just to take a good look at University Park. We did all the conversations, the studies. And you know what's amazing nowadays? A lot of companies aren't looking for TIFs. They're not looking for TIFs. They're looking for site locations. They're looking for traffic count. And what we've got right now going, we got it. We got it, and we're going in the right direction. So again, I appreciate all your support, and I'm going to just close out at that. But I do want to remind you guys that our annual State of the Village meeting address is June 8th, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. right here at 90 Town Center. In that meeting, we will discuss the facts about what's actually happening in our community. We'll talk a little bit about water, finances, public safety, recreational opportunities, and things moving forward. So please, just take a little time out out your day, come out on a Saturday morning, meet some of the new trustees, talk with the mayor, talk to the board, and find out actually what's going on in our community. And with that, may I ask for a motion to close? Also, one last second, our car show season is starting. Our car shows are free to the community. They're every second Sunday starting at 5 p.m. to dusk. It's Motown Music Sunday. It's at no cost. And as we move into the season, we'll have implemented more things for our young people, children to do as well at the car show. And Manager Scott, you did mention something regarding some summer jobs. So I have some summer jobs as well. And my age is just a little bit different. My age group would be for 16 to 24 years old. I will not take any phone calls until Monday, June 3rd, starting at 9 o'clock a.m. It's a first come, first serve, and we'll just look forward to seeing if we can help. So 20 jobs that Mayor Rudez has for the community and the residents of the village of University Park.
What time did you say the town hall?
Our town hall meeting is at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., 12:15 at a hard stop, as they say.
How are those individuals supposed to reach out to you for the job?
Oh, I'll give you the number. Please call the mayor's office, 708-534-4237. Again, these jobs are for ages of 16 to 24 years of age. All right? This Monday, yes, ma'am. We can cut those jobs up and we can dissect it through all out the community. Everybody can have a handful of them. It's about making sure that our children have opportunity to get some employment. All right. May I have a motion for adjournment? Motion. Moved by Ms. Fadden. Second.
Executive session.
Motion to go to exec session for litigation and personnel.
We in the exec section?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to go into a brief executive session. There's a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Brooks, second by Lewis. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Trustee Lewis, votes aye. Trustee McFadden.
Votes aye.
What time?
9:25.
9:24.
Okay. Trustee Fulcher.
Both sides.
Trustee Thompson.
Votes aye.
Trustee Williams. Trustee Williams.
Did you vote?
Trustee Williams.
Trustee Williams? Yes, for executive session.
Trustee Brooks.
Yes.
Mayor Rudez.
Votes yes. All right, we're going to take a 2-minute recess, and we're going to get ready for executive session. If you guys have to use the restroom, please do so and leave the building in an expeditious manner. I ain't going to see no playoff game tonight.
Yeah, that was clerk. I was like this.